that if what we're starting to see for the first few days of these layoffs is going to be addressed so that we don't, or that there isn't discontinued overtime that's currently being done.
Well, at the staffing levels we are at right now, if a firefighter gets injured, I'm definitely going to authorize them to call in another one. And if that's going to cause overtime, then that's just going to have to cause overtime. Because, you know, I'm not going to send them out there, you know, shorthanded. That's just, you know, I just...
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, you know, I appreciate that. I just, you know, we made these cuts to save money. Indication in the waste collection department last weekend, they worked overtime on Friday and they worked overtime on Saturday. I'm just, 2 days.
Still saves money.
Well, it may save money in those 2 days, but in the long run, if we continue to get behind, not only does it not save money, but residents don't feel that the service that we're providing is at the level that we said we were going to provide it. I mean, if I put my garbage out on Friday and it doesn't get picked up until Monday or Tuesday the next week, when it was supposed to be picked up on Friday, not only is it costing the city overtime, but it's not doing anything for the residents to feel that the service that we're supposed to be providing is being provided. That's my point. And the same with the police department. I mean, I'm just really concerned that for the officer's safety, that if we're having to work a lot of officers overtime, it increases the probability of injuries, and the cost savings aren't going to be at the level that we are projecting at somewhere between 1 million and 1.5 between now and the end of the fiscal year.
Now we did have some overtime in the police department, but that's, you know, we're in a transition period from schedule to schedule and rescheduling officers and reconfiguring officers. And in that, there were some places that, you know, we had not covered, which requires some overtime.
Thank you.
Councilman Neal. Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I do want to bring some points, some clarity to this, Mr. Mayor. As you stated about everybody doing their part, our clerk's office is under budget and will finish under budget for this fiscal year. This council is under budget and will finish under budget for this fiscal year. And the level of transparency, from my perspective, has not been clear. I think your office has been very elusive as it relates to information as it comes to this body. As you stood here now, just standing here now, as you talked about consolidating the efforts of the golf course, that's, as far as I heard up until just before you said it, was that all the rest of the golf courses besides Swartz Creek was still pending if they were going to open up or not. But you call it focus, and I call it lack of focus, because I think it's gross. It's a lack of gross critical thinking as it relates to the perpetual problem of our budget. Our departments that generate revenue are not up and operational now. Code enforcement can generate revenue. It is not up and generating revenue now. It is a sunny day outside. Our golf courses can be generating revenue. It is not generating revenue now. We gave away our impound lot, which generated a positive revenue stream for our budget. It is no longer in our control. Now, you move forward and you talk about these things, and as Councilman Sargentson said, that residents have been calling all day long about insurance rates going up and up and up. We're destabilizing stable residential neighborhoods. And as we all should know, that the way you finance a municipality or a city like the city of Flint is to bring people here and bring more families here. No one wants to come to a dirty, unsafe city. And that's what they're feeling. That's what we're hearing every day. And I'm frustrated because I just asked you, even in the elevator, about the golf courses, and you told me nothing about consolidating the services, only opening one golf course. And if I'm wrong, I'm hoping I'm wrong. Because when we talk about mentoring kids and having programs for our residents to move forward, one of the largest programs that we have for children in the county, it is in the city, is golf programs. One of the major activities that we have for seniors in our community is golf courses. Now, we cut police officers. We cut police officers to the level to where people don't feel safe anymore. And we've heard the saying before in politics, perception is reality. People are not feeling safe. We're going to bi-monthly waste collection. Now, we chose to do this at a time that's not responsible in my opinion. Councilor Lawler said this at our last meeting. Why didn't we start this or think about this, doing this in the winter months or some type of compromise? Now, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I've heard that you have police officers watching your house right now, or you have public safety for yourself.
That's true.
Okay, well, it's not true. I'm glad it's not true, because people are not feeling safe out there. But good speeches and poor decision-making, as we push forward in this community, is not responsible. We're not going to get anybody that wants to move into this community. Picking up trash twice a month, a reduced public safety force, and then we shift the blame and we shift this thing and keep mixing it around, because many times as my colleagues come here to this room, we find out additional information at that point. And I understand that we have leadership meetings with Council President Lloyd and Vice President Wayhill once a week, as we find out with the waste collection and trash pickup. We found that out here in this room. And if we're going to work together as a team for the betterment of this community, we should be working together as a team. And the problem that we have is perpetual. Once you close down and start destabilizing these stable neighborhoods in our community, our tax base will go down even further. We'll be right back here next year with continuing to try to cut. Now, we need to look in, like Councilman Lloyd has said, and other now essential positions. We're on budget. Is your office on budget? I don't, okay. Well, Mr. Chair, I'll move it back to you.
Councilman Wayhill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and through you to the mayor and the police chief. I've got a number of questions. I'm just seeking some clarification, Mayor. In your comments, you said that it's about a $6 million deficit. The auditors had said $8 million. Is that because you're backing out those special funds?
Yeah, that's what we're working towards is a solution. We're working towards a solution in every fund that was projected to be in deficit. So in one financial management scenario, all of those individual fund deficits would be consolidated in the general fund, right, to prevent the remaining funds, sanitation for instance, from finishing the year in deficit and requiring a deficit elimination plan. As we've looked at that and have looked at the pattern of spending by city governments under prior administration, there's a very clear pattern. The pattern is dedicated funds run deficits and then in one way or another get bailed out by the general fund, which is supposed to provide in large part public safety services to this community. And that reduces management accountability within each of those individual funds, because frankly they get brought back to zero every year. Or worse yet, as with this budget that this administration inherited. Remember, we didn't have a vote on either preparing or approving the budget that we're working here to amend. There were dedicated funds that were actually budgeted to receive a transfer from the general fund in order to make them whole, because difficult